We're going, right? We're recording. Ah, bueno, okay. Yeah. Well, Raíces Podcast, we're in here. This is a complete different episode. Uno muy diferente y muy bueno, muy bonito. Hoy tenemos en la casa a Emily, representing Journey School.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So this happened. I remember we linked out because you were interested in the moment, and I was like, "Man, right on, come in."
Yeah.
Like,
thanks for having me.
When I hear about new things happening in Jacó, maybe new for me, and I always grab interest and try to pay as much attention as I can. How long has been Journey in Jacó? It's very recent, right? Yeah. I heard that it's very recent.
Yeah. So, man, so Journey's a franchise, right?
Okay.
So there's Journey in Tamarindo, there's one in Uvita, and now we're the third sede here in Costa Rica.
Okay.
And so, I reached out, I think it's been about 1.5 years, 2 years ago, to Journey and just said like, hey, like I'd really like to bring this to the Jacó area. I had some business partners who were working with me at the time, and then they ended up having to leave. They had a family thing that they had to leave and go back to the States. And so it was like that moment, like, oh man, am I going to like keep going? Am I going to keep doing what this like dream, this thought that I thought I was going to do, or am I going to stop and just like put it on the side, right? And so that was in March of this year. And man, I had looked all over Jacó, Quebrada Amarilla, everywhere for a place to put the school. And I just couldn't find a spot. I was like, I can't, there's nowhere here that's going to like house a school.
Yeah.
And I remember I was like, okay, I'm going to give it a couple more days. And not kidding, I was driving down Calle Ancha. It had just rained. And there was, do you know, like the old bus station?
Yes.
There with like the old rusted roof and it's silver and like the sun was shining on it. Like it had just like rained and the sun had come through. And I was like, what the heck is that? So I like pull over, I go up there and I see this abandoned bus station. Never been there before.
Okay.
And I call my friend Andrea and I'm like, hey, like, how do I find the owners of this? How do I get in contact with it? This is the school. She's like, you're crazy. I'm like, I know, but like, this is it. This is it. And so I signed the lease April 1st. And I mean, there was no electricity. Like somebody had gone in and taken out all the cables. A tree had fallen on it. And so I go in and put together like a construction crew. And I was like, we're opening August 18th. And they were like, there's no way. And I'm like, no, we're opening August 18th. You guys have got to make this happen. And here's how it's like, this is how we're going to do it.
Yeah.
And so this construction crew came in with me and like, we just got it done.
Yeah.
And so, we just opened August 18th and this is our first like initial semester.
Okay.
We run on the American schedule. So we start in August and then we go through June.
Okay.
Yeah. So this is all like new and exciting and just happened. Yeah.
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 It's really spontaneous. It sounds very spontaneous.
Yeah.
And at the same time, like there was like signs.
Yeah.
And you were able to see those signs and just go for it.
For sure.
I think that, that's what's most importantly nowadays, just take action, we got to take action. And education here is just like so important, especially because we're in the coast and it's growing.
Yeah.
It's growing really fast, know. I can say that, like my experience when I was like growing up and going through the education system, it was just like shit. Yeah. I don't know. Like I was just not made for it.
Yeah.
But still, like I was there to socialize, somehow. And then obviously as you grow, you can see then, like all the benefits.
Yep.
But while you're going through it, it's just like, poof, it becomes overwhelming.
Yeah.
And it shouldn't be that way. It should be a place where you can go have fun.
Yeah.
Learn, like.
Yeah, and grow
like
into yourself.
Sports and stuff. Like we didn't get almost any sport kids will go and play football, like to just play around a little bit, but that's all they will do all the time. You know, we didn't have any tools. The guitar, the music class, it was this guy that he was like so freaking like flaky, like I don't know what's the, you know, like, and nobody will pay attention to him. He'll be like, yeah, it's like, so we never learned that much. I remember, you know, like, because there was not a lot of like tools and the people that will teach us how to use them, you know. And now I see how it's you know, it's also changing. It's changing in a certain way. Have you felt like it's been like a challenge in the sense of like the what I will say is like people debating, you know, like because of like a language or like, you know, because
I mean, it's definitely like we're in an international culture here, right? Like Jacó brings all kinds of people from all kinds of different backgrounds, and the idea is to create this project, create this school that incorporates and includes all of those backgrounds. And
for sure.
So it doesn't matter if you only speak Spanish or you only speak English, or we have kids there who don't speak either right now. Right? You're welcome here. Like when you walk in, it says like you belong here, and I like firmly believe that, right? Like bringing all these kids, bringing all these people. Sure, it's a challenge, right? But it's like a good challenge, because like if we really believe that these kids belong, and we really believe that like I can't be here for just one type of kids, right? Like you can't come into this community and only want to be there for the people who look like you and the people who talk like you, right? Like this project is for all of the kids, right? And I like firmly believe that. And so with that, it comes a lot of difficulties, right? Because there's a lot of, this is the way we do it, and this is the way we do it, and this is the way we do it. But like my focus is, and will always continue to be, even with those challenges, is the children, right? The focus is the children. And what, like you said, like, I mean, when you were a kid, like going to school and not having access to those instruments or the art, I mean, thankfully you got to like, you got out of that, and you are who you are now, and had the ability to have access to music and art eventually, right? But like, there's kids who go through the whole system and never, they just come out of the system and start working, right? And maybe could have been and are like brilliant artists or musicians, right? So tapping into that side of them too. No,
but I hear you. Kids, you know, like nowadays, I think that, you know, like, well, they definitely, I think they definitely get like a little overwhelmed by everything that's happening, you know, with the world, and like how a lot of things have been kind of like collapsing in a certain way, you know, like even the word education, you know, it has collapsed so much, you know, because of, I guess, because of money and you know, and
money,
and just like
I think it's money, and then it's like the whole testing thing, right? Like we've been, for some reason, because of education, like the school hour was made because the parents were working, right? And so it was a place to like drop off your kids, and it was in the States, it was by like for the farmers, right? So when you got up, that's when you went to school, and you came home when your parents had done the work, and it was more like a sort of a daycare thing. You get your education, but it's a place to leave. But man, the education is not, it's not just in it's not just in the school. It's like,
it's at the house.
I had a thought, and so I'm just going to kind of trail on that. But like, it's at home too, right? So like coming together, like as a community, and saying like, okay, this was the old way of doing things, and saying like, okay, the tests were there for a reason. Of course, it's good to know where a kid is. You should have diagnostic testing. You should know where a kid's at, right? But like the old way of doing things, and it's just like this, send your kids to school to get all the education, make them pass the test. Okay, if they're making A's, we're good, right? If they're getting D's, F's, like you're going to get in trouble, right? And it's like so backwards, right? Because it's like, why are we doing this to kids? Why are we making them like put this pressure on this piece of paper where they're memorizing things? And I'm not saying it's bad to learn and to memorize things, but we're not even focusing on the child.
Yeah.
Right? Why are they making the D's and F's? What's going on at home? Like what is there a social emotional piece there that they need that is a void, right? And so they're coming to school and being pressured to do all these things, but really they have this deep internal struggle.
For real.
Right? And so it's like, if we don't match the education, the academic piece with the social emotional piece of these kids, especially in this area.
Yeah.
Right? We're failing.
I think that, like I said, it's like the word also has been, like hit so hard with the time, so now it's more like people don't want to probably hear that their kids are going to go to get educated, but probably more that they're going to go meditate or they're going to go exercise, or, that's kind of like the frequency that we're feeling right now, and that's why it's not working in so many other places. I feel, it's like, man, to actually teach a child to be able to be calm. Yeah. It's like we're in a difficult scenario, because who would have thought that we would have to get to this point where we have to teach them how to meditate and how to breathe. And
even teaching them to be and slow down, right? To slow down and enjoy your food. Where did your food come from?
But it is a definite reflection of what we do. If we wake up, we drink a glass of water, they're going to want to drink that glass of water. We go sit down in the patio, they sit down in the patio. We hit our palms like this, they start hitting palms like this. It's like they start. So we have to live it. We have to be those children that those children are going to be, and that they are, like some stuff like that. But
and making sure there's time for that too, right? So at the school, like, growing up, homework was like a thing, right? You come home and it's hours of homework. It's hours of projects and things in the house, and there's no time for the family.
Yeah.
Right? So making sure your time at school is used so well that the kids are getting everything they need. And hey, when you get out of school, go be with your family. Go do those extracurriculars that are just as important, right?
Yeah.
Because that creates stress on the family.
Yes.
Right? Like, what's your homework? Oh, you have algebra tonight? I have no idea how to do algebra, right? And so then you find the parents and the kids fighting with each other, and you're messing up a whole system, right? Over homework.
Yeah. Well, like growing here in Jacó, it was like being like a little, like a jungle boy kind of, like, and I like to go to school, but then I will lose interest and I will just get off my way and probably go to the river and fish. Or then I start missing out a whole bunch of days because I found a little goat. There was a little farm, on the little road by Calle Ancha, actually, because La Pública is right there, and I used to take that road, and there was this goat, so I will stop by and just start feeding this goat and chilling with the goat, all day long.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
That's what kids need, right? Like, that is education in
itself. They write a letter to my mother. They say that Spencer has not been coming to school because he's been playing with a goat on the way to school, and it's just there with that goat.
And then you got in trouble.
Reason. Yeah.
But what do you remember? You remember the goat.
Oh, the goat was amazing.
Right? You remember
she was really sweet, Yeah. So I think that this is the thing, right? Like that structural kind of like energy and the way of doing things, sometimes it just make things a little bit more complicated, and it's less free, like less freedom sometimes. So I'm excited. Well, I'm glad to learn more, about how you guys work, and because I got children of my own, and either way, like the fact that I didn't have a really good experience, or I just didn't like it that much going to school, doesn't mean that that's something that I have to implement on my children.
Right.
I actually want them to be able to succeed those things that I was not able to. And I don't know, I think it was just natural. I think that it was just like I was like born for art, I think, and other things like that. So
and some kids are, right?
Yeah.
Some kids are. So like So giving them the maximum opportunity to succeed in that and to excel in that and not diminishing that.
Yeah.
Right. I remember it was my 10th grade year. I went to a super strict private school. Right. And I remember I tried trigonometry. I got into the trigonometry class and the teacher was like, she is not cut out for this. And I was like, okay, yeah, math's not my thing, but like, I want to do something. And I said, can I do an extra art class? Like, I'm really into design. I'm really into those kind of things. And they were like, a design class? Like, that's a waste of a credit.
Yeah.
Right. And my art teacher fought for me. And she got me in there and she let me come into her art room. And I'll never forget. I mean, I don't remember much from high school, but I do remember this. It's kind of like the GOAT, right? Like, I do remember she let me come in and paint all of her cabinets. And like, I got to choose the colors and paint all of the cabinets and kind of like redo the whole art room. Now, did she have to let me do that? No. But it opened like this whole, I felt seen and I felt like, no, like another part of like me unlocked in that moment. And it seems so silly because it's just paint, but it was like, you see that I'm not, the trigonometry thing is not my thing. And you're taking a chance on me to do something else. Right.
Yeah.
And so that's like my whole goal with this project too. It comes back to that and my experiences too, like to make sure that we're seeing each kid as an individual and making sure that they are growing. Like, if you're a surfer, how can we support you to be the best surfer you can be and be an entrepreneur, right? How do you promote yourself? How can we help you with that? If you want to be a doctor, how can we get you on the right path to get to the college that you want to go to, right? Not like, and so that's like so important to me. That, and I think that's why like the music program and art program, all that is like really, really important to me is because I had that experience, right?
Yeah. That's pretty much it. Yeah. Well, like I think, the fact that the word journey has come up a couple times. I have a friend that his name is Josh. I think he said he was either working with you guys. I think Josh, Josh, the guy with the beard.
Yeah, teacher.
A little,
bucket hat, Josh.
I love him.
He's great.
Shout out to Josh.
He's our 3rd through 5th grade math and science teacher. He's awesome.
Very wise guy.
Yeah, he's so wise.
Yeah, he is. Well, like I say, like my kids are growing fast, man, so I have to start thinking about where.
Yeah.
Because like I think that when they're when they're like between 0 and 3 or 4 years old, I think they have to have all that freedom.
Play.
Play.
Let them play. Yeah.
We will take them, and they will do like sometime like that in the like play around with the other kids and stuff. They do a lot of activities around here too. So a lot of the mothers, they keep getting together, I see that, happens a lot. And there's so many options now, coming up from surfing to like gymnastics and so many different things, Music is one of the things that I've noticed that also has taken a big impulse, I've seen a really nice group of kids that they're, also creating, new things, with the kids and stuff. And
it gives them hope, right? It gives them something to do. Like the idea is to keep them in an activity that they want to do, like for their life. This isn't just for now, right?
Yeah.
I think so many times too, we like think of school as this thing where it's like, okay, I'm going to go to school, learn everything. Or we think kids are, right? Like go to school, learn everything. And then when you get out, like you're an adult, right?
Yeah.
And then we become adults and it's like, oh my God, like I don't even know how to regulate myself. I don't even know how to, I don't even know how to change a tire. I don't know how to do any of those things, right? So how cool would it be if we can change the system so that your kids, our kids, like everyone's kids here can come out of this and say like, I know how to regulate myself. I know what it means to be like a social, emotional, healthy person.
Yeah.
And I'm only 18.
Yeah.
Right? Imagine the opportunities these kids could have because they know how to regulate themselves and they know their worth.
Now, like in Journey, is there a capacity, like a limit capacity? Like, I don't know the spot, right? I haven't visited but is there a maximum capacity?
Yeah. So right now we're only working like between 17 is the limit per class, 15 to 17. But any more than that, and it's just, it's not personalized.
Right.
Yeah. So the idea would be to grow and then have 2 classes per grade if we need to. But right now, 15 to 17 is the max. Yeah.
All right. Cool.
Yeah.
Man, there's so many questions I want to ask you. I just don't, like, I don't know. And it's not like, right, because I don't know. I don't feel like it's like nothing out of the normal, it's just curiosity. And because I had also like quite an experience, like in the educational system. For me, it was like, I'm telling you, like, it was a trip, man. I just didn't like it, I'm still like, like.
Yeah. And what a shame. That's like 17 years of your life, right?
Yeah.
And something that diminished your creativity and diminished you as.
What if I was born as a rebel? Maybe I was just born this way.
I mean, maybe
you know what I
maybe
mean?
You were.
I was probably born that way. Like everything that they will say to me, I will be like, you guys don't get it, like. And I had a dream one time. I had a dream that I was walking on top of like a glass box, that it was floating in the sky. And inside of this glass box, there was a whole bunch of kids sitting on a desk like this, tuk, 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 all lined up. And I was walking on top of the glass box. And in the bottom, I will see waterfalls and lakes and like a paradise down, it looked like. And then all these kids were in this box. And I was just walking around and looking at them from the top of the box. It was weird dream, but
how
it just
true
made
is it?
Yeah.
What a like insane, like that visual for me, I that will stick with me.
Yeah.
Because that's what it's like, right? That's what it's like.
Yeah.
And so like the idea is to break that box, right? Like, why can't you be down there in the waterfalls and doing all the things that you enjoy doing?
Yes.
And be educated, right?
Yeah.
And feel loved and feel worth and feel supported in the educational system, right?
Yeah.
Like, and wow, that's a visual.
Yeah, no, it's pretty deep,
It's super deep.
At the same time, like I wonder also, like about, like all the positives, and how everything, there's always, a positive. And I think that it definitely, like for me, it was like something more about socializing. My mother did tell me a while after, she said like, yeah, I knew that you weren't like meant, for the system like that, but I just wanted for you to go so you can socialize. So, like she knew it,
Yeah.
And no wonder why she was so relaxed, at the same time, and man, thank God I became what I am right now, because like, music and the people and like everything that we do is just becoming like more and more like loving, like more healing and more evolution, or we just keep improving in a certain way.
Was there a music teacher who was like specifically like really like made an impression on you, or was it self-taught?
There was none. No.
Wow.
No.
Wow.
I started figuring out in my computer,
Wow.
like recording my voice, like and hearing my voice recorded. So I will start hearing my voice, and I was like, man, this is amazing. So I started recording my own versions of songs and stuff like that, But yeah, for me that was it, And then once I got like serious, like I was like, okay, this is what I'm gonna do. And it takes years, it takes time, like we all have to put our effort. And but yeah, like I say, like in school here, at least on the public sector, like our music class was the worst. English, a lot of kids will take the English class, obviously everybody will, but nobody really learned how to speak English. They might understand the letters and the words, but they don't speak it.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of it's like play, right? And communication and kids being exposed, like immersed into that that culture, right? Or that group of kids who speak another language.
But
right?
also, if you think about it, like it's not something that has to be like mandatory, like like to be able to speak English. Like, yes, it's amazing. It's a tool. But at the same time, I'm pretty sure that there's other people that they say, no, we don't want to learn English. We don't want to, we're from Costa Rica.
Yeah.
This is why I asked you before if there was like some kind of challenges because of the languaging too. But I guess like, I imagine I need to know more your team and stuff, because it will be cool like to see, okay, well, people like Josh, for instance, okay, es costarricense, es tico, and then like, but he knows how to blend in, you know?
Yeah, that's like kind of the idea with the team we have, right? So like everything we do is 50-50, like so half Spanish, half English, making sure each kid feels represented, right?
Yeah.
When we do our morning meetings, we come in every morning and we call everybody to the middle for morning meeting, and we do breath exercises, we do some meditation, we do our announcements, we do positive affirmations, whatever it is for the day.
Okay.
Right? And we always make sure it's done in English and in Spanish. But the team is the teams who makes it like the dream, right? Like for Josh, for example, right? But like there are a bunch of teachers there who are Costa Rican but are bilingual. We have a couple teachers from Venezuela, one from Canada, but everyone there is bilingual. No, that's not true. Sorry. Not true. Everyone there speaks Spanish, okay? And there's a couple who don't speak English, but I mean, man, and it's also like this thing with teachers, right? Trying to train teachers in a new way of learning and a new way of, because I was a teacher, like that's my background. My profession's a teacher, and you learn a certain way to do things, right? You learn how to do it in the box, like you were talking about, right? That's how you learn to teach.
Yeah.
And so now we're trying to have these teachers teach outside of that box and show the waterfalls, show the beauty, right? Bring that beauty, bring that inquiry, bring that project into the classroom, and have these kids like want to learn. Like we want them to have a desire for learning, not just passing a test, but a desire for learning, right? Because that's what changes lives. And so it's also like training the team and training teachers to change that way of thinking too. They've been in the system for so long, right? But they love it. Like they love trying to do it in a new way, and that's why I'm like so proud of the team too. Because do we have it all perfect? No. Like we're just starting, right? But everyone has that desire and that ambition to take it from where, like, to learn, right? So to take it from how they learn to educate and to take it to another level, to another step, constantly doing professional developments, constantly learning how to, we do something called conscious discipline. And so the conscious discipline is the way that we I don't even like to use the word discipline, but it's the way we teach the kids to self-regulate, to,
that's a really good combination, those two words.
Yeah, it's really beautiful. It's like, so we do a lot of training on that, and we're trying to like implement that more every single day, because that's how it should be, right? Not talking to these kids like, hey, don't do that and don't that, right? Like they don't, I'm sure you heard that a lot. Right? If you were on the rebel side, and like if you as a kid who didn't follow the rules, like you were probably like told not to do things a lot, and that doing it that way does not help a child grow. Right? All that does is sets the child back, because they're hearing what they can't do and shouldn't be doing. Instead of like, okay, hey, there's a better way to do this. Let's figure out how to self-regulate you and take you into, we do like restorative justice practices too, restorative justice with the older kids. So like, let's take you into these practices of conscious discipline and restorative justice, and learn how to, you made a mistake, but what does that look like? And how do we get you back on the right track, right? Instead of just like, go home, or you didn't do this right today, or, like we're tired of you. Things we both heard in school, right? And so, and what does that do to you as a child?
I don't know. I'm telling you, like for me, it was like a war, and I keep saying it. You know, I have to keep saying it. It was just like, yeah, like I think there was a couple, you know, situations like that I probably didn't like. I remember there was one time they wanted to do a blood test on me, and they wanted to do it without any permission
Parental consent?
or anything like that. Yeah, so yeah, I said to them, look, if you guys want to get blood out of me, you guys gonna have to get in touch with my parents, you know,
Yeah.
and ask them, because they, you know, like they wanted to do a doping test, because I was making songs that I was smoking weed and driving cars and kidnapping the teachers and all that stuff. I'm telling you, this shit was like, so it was like a red flag, you know, red alert.
Yeah.
You know, this fucking kid
This guy,
here,
take his blood.
he's like, you gotta check in with this guy. See? So I call my mom's and I'm like, hey, like, look, this happened, and she's just like, grab your bag and just come home, man.
Wow.
Just leave that place right now. You know?
Good for her.
But and I boom, and I'm like, I'm out.
Oh,
you know.
Goodness.
But yeah, like just imagine, I was coming from Jacó, which in that time still the kids will say so many things about Jacó.
Yeah.
Mostly negative.
Yeah.
And I was in a Catholic school, so you know, like
private Catholic.
Yeah, I was like a black sheep.
Wow.
Or a white sheep.
Yeah.
In a black sheep field, you
wow.
know, or something. But yeah, it was quite interesting, you know. Like for me, I think that I was somehow enjoying it, you know, at the same time. But yeah, a little war, a little bit of conflict, you know. And like I say, you know, like as far as for my kids, you know, like I'm super certain that, you know, they need you know, the guidance and also the tools. And it's just so hard for me to use the word education, you know, from my perspective. You know, it's, you know, we're all different, but it's hard for me to use the word education because it has been tampered with.
Yeah.
You know, and it's
like the word religion, right?
Yeah.
It's religion, education, politics. It all has this.
Killed it.
Yeah.
They killed it, you know? So when people hear those words, it just triggers something,
100%.
you know? So I'm telling you, like, yeah. You know, my parents built one of the first schools here in Jacó.
Really?
Yeah, man. They built it, you know, with a few other neighbors, and then things changed, you know?
Yeah.
The MEP and, you know, like things came in and it changed, and like, yeah. So they were like, okay, guys, it was a pleasure. We're going to head over and take a nap, you know?
Yep.
But that's it, you know? Like
some days.
But I bet.
Yeah. The rules and regulations are hard. It's hard, especially when some of the rules and regulations don't make sense, right?
Yes.
That's what's hard for me, because I'm like, you want progression, you want it to advance, right? And also coming from a country that's not my own, I'm walking in that respect, right? I will always walk in respect of what Costa Rica chooses to do.
Yes.
And so walking in that respect, even if it's like, oh, guys, like we could change this and it could get, you know, but who am I to say that?
Yeah.
Who am I to come in and, you know, so I always carry that very, I carry that, right? Like in a way that's like, I know my place, and I know I'm a visitor here. I thankfully have been welcomed into this community, but also carrying that respect. But that is super interesting that they did the first school.
¿Y sabes hablar un poco de español también?
Bueno, sí.
Un poco, ¿verdad?
Sí, yo estudié en Argentina después del secundaria. Fui a Argentina por un año y aprendí español ahí.
Okay.
Y después, me fui al colegio y ahí estudié educación y español.
Qué bueno.
Yo llegué acá hace 20 años de vacaciones aquí en Jacó.
Okay.
Y siempre volví acá.
Desde hace unos 20 años aproximadamente.
Sí.
Man, that's amazing.
No, super. And
you've been here for a super long time. Back and forth,
Back and forth. I would come in like the winters. I've been here almost 5 years, like full time now. But we, you know, my husband's from Brazil. I'm from the States. We did the States thing for a while. We lived in a camper, like an Airstream camper. And we traveled around the States and Canada for like 6 years with our kids, like homeschooling. And then we ended up, we were like, okay, let's go to Costa Rica. Let's just make the move. And then we drove all around trying to figure out where to go. And we just kept coming back here. Like it was like, why Jacó? I don't like I'd rather be on the white sand beaches of Guanacaste sometimes, but it was like the community of Jacó. And we became really good friends with Cata and Pancho. And they just like embraced us here. And I mean, they're from Argentina, but they embraced us here and they've been here forever, embraced us here in this community. And we're just like, man, I think that's the place. And so we came here and we never I'm super happy here. I really believe in this community.
There's been so many positive changes, and it makes a lot of my buddies from the city want to come and live here.
Yeah.
They want to move in here, and they see a lot of opportunity. What are some of the things, because we've been seeing a lot of like positive changes, right? Like what are some of the things that you might wonder about, like that can make Jacó a better place?
Yeah.
If you will say, right, like right out of the top of your head, like 3 things, what will you think?
Yeah. So my first is sports. Like, I really think that like having like sports fields, sports courts, like a common place where like the kids can hang out after school and create like a sports culture, like and skate culture also. Like kind of, you think of that, like the skate park that they have in Nosara, and all the kids come after school and they're skating together and the parents are hanging out there, and it just like it brings community, right? So like a space like that is a place where families can go and spend time together. I think more kid-centered, family-centered events are a huge thing. Like there's so many great things coming up with like the running and rock climbing. And I'm like so happy and so proud of like everyone who's opening businesses and doing new things here, right? Because it is like the start of something new in Jacó. The cute little cafes that are opening up, and people who are investing in the town and saying like, okay, there are hard things here, right? There are hard things, but there's also like a really beautiful community here. And so, I think just like the continual investment in sports, and then, I would love to have like, I would love to have like, on Saturday nights, like there's a place like everyone meets up with kids, like on the beach, and more of like a sunset space for kids where we all
like a get together.
Yeah. I feel like we're missing that here. I feel like everyone's kind of like
independent,
spread out,
like spreading out.
And it's so much effort to just like get people in one place.
For sure.
But every time we are in one place, it's so beautiful.
I know.
It's like why does it take so long to get to that? So trying to like figure out ways to create that too, where, we're Jacó,
For sure. For sure.
Yeah.
Hopefully like beachfront,
Yeah.
Somewhere near the ocean.
Yeah. We're talking to all you businesses who have oceanfront. They need to start that. But without the, and without the party too, right? Like
exactly.
Having the there's a time and a place for that, but having the space where the kids can, that's the focus too, right?
For sure.
Kids and family.
For sure. I agree. Like there was a school right by the beach at one point, I remember. It was right here in, the entrance that goes right by Green Room Restaurant?
Yeah.
Towards Cocal?
Yeah.
Right at that side of the Hotel Cocal, on the right side, there was the entrance for the school.
Huh.
And the school was in front of the beach.
Wow.
Yes. And
that's the dream.
I know. And all the kids will play around. They will see dolphins and they will go out the gate into the beach. And this place was right in front of the ocean. It was really cool. I don't know. I think they were planning on building something there, but I'm not sure if they've done it, But, when you think about like, new things that we might love to have here in Jacó, it will be something like that, Like,
what are your top 3?
Some kind,
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, my top 3, number 1 is safety. Security, because we need a safe place in order, like, for people to come out, they need to feel safe. So we need that. Number 1. Number 2, sports and like physical
Yeah.
movement,
Yeah.
activities, and
Yeah.
like you say, and then I will say probably this one, like the second one, will probably also involve music and entertainment, because we need a lot of that here,
Yeah.
like the third will be just peace, I will say, peace for everybody.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Like everybody can just live a peaceful life, not rushing so much, like the fact that, like we have so many humans coming from different parts of the world. Like as Costa Ricans, I think it's so much important, so important to always uh, let everybody know that we have like a rhythm here. It's like
Yeah.
and like others have to adapt.
Mhm.
Why?
Yeah.
Right? Why would people that already have this vibe here have to adapt to something else that's
100%.
come? So I think that's one of the biggest debates. Like when people, they say, oh, but speaking English and stuff like that, but what are they teaching them and stuff? It's not about like I think from my perspective, right? Not the language. It's more about the frequency or the the rhythm of life.
Yeah, and respecting that, right? Respecting what people have built here and respecting like the beauty of the slow.
Yeah.
Right? It's so easy to come in and like, I mean, I get caught up in it sometimes and I'm like, oh, I need to do this and this and this. And it's like the thing about this place is it all works out.
Yeah.
It all works out, and it all because it's supposed to, and because I think because the community is like that, right?
Yes.
Like, hey, don't worry, we got it. Like, hey, I'm going to be a little bit late, no problem, and just when people come, respecting that, and like, not trying to change Jacó for other cultures, right? Like keeping Jacó, and just like you said, just making it better in the sense of peace and security, and like adding things that actually like bring more life to the community, right? And keeping everyone together, but without changing who Jacó is as a community.
For sure. For sure.
Hey, that's super important.
It's super important. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, this, I'm telling you, this is a great episode. I never thought we actually were education. Yeah. No. We just like first like thought about, like just talking to one of the locals or one of the old heads or something,
Yeah.
And now we're just expanding, a little bit.
Super, super grateful.
And for me, it's like, I love this, I love that topic,
Yeah.
because it's hard, like it's not as hard as religion, I will say,
No.
because religion it's way tough, it's almost like you wouldn't dare to talk.
Yeah.
But
Totally.
Politics, right?
For sure.
Those two they're like bam, like.
Yeah.
But and like education is somehow like, like it's like I say, for me that word is pretty strong.
Yeah, everybody has their like ties to what it feels like, right? And you have like these like feel good moments with education, and then these like hard moments, right?
Yeah.
And I went into being a teacher. Like I was initially a teacher before owning the school, and that's why I'm like so passionate about education. But when I was in 5th grade, I lost my mom. I was 11. And so it was like it was super formative years for me. And the person who carried me through, I mean, besides my family, it was my 5th grade teacher. And because of her kindness and because of just like what she showed, it's like you don't even remember what it was, but you remember how you felt, And I just remember feeling so loved and supported by her. And I was like, I'm going to be a teacher. And that's when I decided, like when I was in 5th grade. And so, have those moments. And then the moments, like I was telling you, that in 10th grade, and these beautiful moments of education, but then you also have, those hard moments. And so that's why it's kind of a tricky thing. And I think it'll always be like that, because there are hard moments. Even at Journey, like there's hard moments. I'm not going to say it's all rainbows and butterflies, but like making sure the kids' core memories and those moments are moments that are like that define them,
Yeah.
those moments are positive, right? Super important for me.
Ooh, I just downloaded some thought. What about technology? Like, is there any sort of
It's the worst.
approach that you guys have towards like sort of like informing them about technology or something, some of that?
Yeah. So technology, like, we're really in it right now, right? Because like these high schoolers and middle schoolers, they have everything.
Okay.
Whatever you want to know, you just type it in on ChatGPT. You can have a whole essay written. It's all there. So why do you need a teacher?
Yeah.
Right. So making sure that the questions the teachers are asking, the information that the teachers are giving. That's why it's so important that it's inquiry and project based, because the technology is so advanced and so intense. But at the same time, you have to prepare these kids for life. Right. So if you say no technology, which is what I would love to do, but I'm not going to do that. If you say no technology, then you're also not preparing them for their future. Right.
And like, is there a way, like, I don't know, like, do you guys like, or is there a way to teach them about the usage of technology? Most definitely, right? It's something I think that needs to be like
100%. Yeah, the good and the bad.
Yeah.
And teaching them through like mistakes too, right? Like some of them will just like upload their assignment and you're like, guys, we had to talk about it the other day. I just pulled them in instead of giving them a 0 on a paper, the first time, you pull them aside and you say, hey, like, what's your goal here? What's your
crazy.
goal? Like, do you want to just do this the fastest and easiest way just to like get the A on the assignment? Or do you want to know the information and do you want to like learn, right? And 99% said they want to learn. And they understood. They're like, yeah, we get this.
And then
then there's you. Then there's you. Top of the glass box. And just like, I'm just going to download it. No, but.
Like, hey, babe, I'm high up in here. I'm just like, I'm good. I don't need anything, man. No, but, like, it's crazy, right? Like, yeah, just like, shit, man. It makes me think like, yeah, it's just that it's not meant for everybody, like I think that's what it is. At the same time, like we all have to find our like our core, kind of thing. It's like that's one of the
and that's why it's important to have a team of teachers who it's like, okay, like for you, like you, for example, if you were in the school, okay, guys, this is not his passion, right?
Yeah. I you know what I call them? I call them masters. When I'm with my boy, specifically the oldest one, I say to him, I need you to go right now and pay as much as attention to the master. Because everything he's going to say is going to help you to go all the way up, So, and he goes, but I call them masters,
Yeah, but what an influence these teachers have.
They are. Yeah. And it's nice to be there to observe.
Yeah.
It's not like, like when you drop off and you boom, it's nice to observe sometimes and also let them do their thing because they want you to see them somehow all the time. That's the thing. That's so special about that.
Yeah. They want you to see the parents and the teachers, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, Emily, sorry if like I'm also like a little crazy and like
like this kind of conversation
for me, like I say, like words have so many different like I have meanings. Like for instance, in the bank when they will ask me about my education, I will say Californication. Like, I don't know, man. It's just like,
educated. It's good. It's good though. It's good that you're aware of that. And it's, but also with that, you have such like, you have an influence in the community and on these kids too, to like, hey, like follow your dreams and follow your passions, right?
Yes.
And that's the important thing. That's what we need from this generation, right? We need them to follow who they are, not who we're trying to make them to be.
Yeah.
Right? Or you're missing the whole point of education.
I know, like, but like when you realize that, like somehow it's like, it's almost like a feel of I don't know, like some kind of disappointment, like when you make music specifically, like talking about drugs and stuff like that, you kind of like start like thinking like, man, like what have I been putting on these kids?
Yeah, maybe it's time for a
Like what
kids album.
have I been telling all these kids, through all these songs and all these lyrics and stuff, and then yeah, like you go through like an awakening, and and then you start like kind of like cleaning,
Yeah.
all of those leaves, and opening up the path, or like I don't know, just like yeah, like making a change in myself so they can change can be reflected on all of those that were also hearing,
Yeah.
the lyrics, and for some that will be new too,
Yeah.
but it was like that because again I was like feeling like just like letting everybody know that we all got to get this money, and
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
and my lifestyle and stuff, like it also had that sort of like freedom always all the time, like I always like to hang around by the beach and go to the mountain, go fishing and all of these things, so it's always been like free in that sense, so I think that's a very good quality,
And that's how you create, right?
yeah, that's how you create.
That's how you create, by being in those spaces and like taking in all of that.
Yeah.
Right. But yeah, I do think it's time for a kids album.
Yeah, that would be
You're
sweet.
gonna release that to the world.
Yeah. Oh, I'm telling you, hey, I one day I had to create, I had to re-record because I recorded the few demos because I will make songs for my son,
Okay.
and we had like about 4 songs, and really good songs, like, and so I recorded all the demos so I wouldn't forget, the lyrics, because the lyrics will come automatically all the time, and now that I had a daughter, I made a version for her, so I switched it.
It's amazing.
I switched the names and made it for her, instead of him. And it's very magical. Kids love when you sing to them, and like when you're having fun and they laugh at you, and all of those things.
Oh, they love it.
And I just want everybody to spend as much time as they can with their kids, like it's
the key.
It's the key. And when you don't see them for a few days, you can feel it, But yeah, as long as we're doing it for a great purpose, like this right now, So right now we're not with our kids. I don't know how you do. You got 4.
Yeah, 4.
Woo!
Yeah.
Some people get close to me and they say to me like, man, I see you and you're with these 2 kids by yourself. I don't know how you're doing it. And I'm like,
you just do it. You just do it.
Yeah.
It's
and
like
now 4.
no key.
I guess right after 2, it's probably just more like
it's
selective in a certain way. They all.
Yeah. I don't know. Like sometimes people are like, what do you do? Like, how do you do this and that? And it's just like, I don't know, like that's my passion. Like it's hard. I'm not gonna lie, it's hard. And now I have a 7th grader, a 5th grader, a 1st grader, and a 2-year-old. So the gap is like super wide right now.
For sure.
And then the students at the school are like my other babies too. But I like am so invested. I'm like just so invested in their lives and seeing them become who they were made to become, right?
Yeah. It's big.
Yeah, sports a lot.
It's pretty big. I think that nowadays, like for anything that we want to do, we also have to become like athletes because our bodies need to be able to like go through all these, things. So I can definitely feel like now, in order to be a teacher, a father, a mother, a business owner, artist, whatever you want to call it, you got to be strong. We got to be strong. We got to, like kind of like become athletes, like I say,
totally.
And the food and everything is just part of it. And being able to eat that food in peace, that's another thing, I bet, like with kids, sometimes, things can get a little rushy and they can feel that too. And then they start getting overwhelmed and stuff, and not even able to process their food. I think that's what's happening a lot right now,
Yeah. And I think a lot of it, going back to the technology thing, I think a lot of it stems from that too, right? These kids are like, I'm guilty of it sometimes too, right? I'm not judging anybody, but it's so easy to just hand them a tablet, or it's so easy to just hand them something to like, because we're exhausted, right? Like, hey, just do this, so, for a minute or whatever. But we're like, what happens then is, right, the kids are making these connections in their brains, and they're like, everything's moving so fast, and everything is like some of the stuff that's out there now. Like, I'm really strict about screens. Like, I'm kind of crazy about some of the stuff out there.
We saw a kid scrolling this morning.
No.
Everybody was watching the turtles, and the little boy was just scrolling. Vroom, 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 vroom.
It's heavy.
And I was like, man, like, shit don't feel right,
No.
And then like he left like a video, and it had like this kind of like boys like pitched down, like kind of like some kind of like weird music and squeechy voices and all of this stuff. And I was like, man, this is not cool.
No.
Like first thing in the morning, kids, like get up, drink a glass of water and stretch around and throw some kicks in the air, and start moving, right?
Yeah.
And then like the screens are all over the place too, so they're gonna see them, but then at the house, that's where it's mostly important,
and
at
we
the
have
house,
to protect them. No one else is going to protect them.
Almost like it's so hard to not have a screen at your home, but
and it's not bad. A screen's not bad. Like having that set time for a kid to be on a tablet or on a screen is not a bad thing, right? It's just making sure that whatever is being used during that time is not that, right? Like the scrolling or these games and these programs that they're talking to strangers, and like it is so dangerous. Going
to the movies should become back that thing again, so the time 100%. When they want to watch something is going to be to go to the movie theater kind of thing,
our special night with family,
VHS, some old VHS.
Let's bring it back.
Bring those back. Let's put them in the shelf, and that's what we got. Sorry.
That's all. That's
it.
No, and making that like a quality time, right? And if you are going to have the screens and have that stuff, just making sure that you're also like having that time in nature with your kids, or having a time where you're playing a board game together, or sharing a meal together, right? And some of the things these kids are seeing, that's part of the thing why they can't sit and eat their food either. They can't sit and concentrate in school. They can't sit and have an intelligent conversation, because this stuff is just flooding their mind, and the images flood their mind, and the conversations, the stuff that they're hearing on there. It's super heavy now.
Si es duro para nosotros, es duro para ellos mucho más, un montón más.
So being conscious of that, right? Like having it be a time that is a conscious time, that they're on it, right? Oh, see the next one?
Saludos, chicos. Yeah, they're going to be next soon.
Oh.
Yeah, but no, we're also getting to the time. We just clicked an hour.
About.
We just made an hour.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah,
wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
No,
that was
keep time, but it's
really fast.
I know it's fast, but I'm pretty sure. Eso, chicos, pasen. Saludos ahí.
¿Cómo estás?
Bien.
I wanted to talk to them at some point.
Ahí está.
I want to partner
like a running
to do a color run.
Ahí está.
With the school, and do like
there you go. You guys are going to switch contacts.
The kids, and do like a run with the stuff to throw at the t-shirts and.
Yeah. This is the guy. This is the guy right here.
Cool.
Yeah.
Nice to meet you.
Well, like like we touched on some really good subjects, and I'm pretty sure that I'm going to see you again soon as well.
Yeah, thanks.
And that we're going to have you back as well. This is becoming something that's going to, like people's going to come and catch up again, and give us a little update, as well.
I love it.
Like it's that kind of vibe. That's how it feels a little bit, So, I'm very excited to go and also to see the spot,
Yeah, cool.
And I will see you really soon, for sure.
Thanks.
Yeah. It was a pleasure, Emily.
Yeah, igual.
Fue todo un episodio más de Raíces Podcast. Estamos en Jacó Beach, presentado por Jacó Golf, y también patrocinado por Green Room Restaurant, Nova Tattoo. Saludos a toda la gallada y a toda la gente que siempre están viendo los episodios. Esto fue una vez más Raíces Podcast con Bloque, el que tiene el toque a cachete el doble. ¡Yo!
Woohoo!